And we're doing a small activity in regards to that. And then we're going to be officially dedicating and placing Lest We Forget inside the farmhouse and having a few words about this grand genealogy book. So the first thing we're going to do is, it's very simple. Everyone's going to get a sheet, okay? And in order to honor Grandpa's 100th birthday, we're just going to write down if you have a fond memory of an experience with James, okay? For those of you who do not know him, okay, you can simply draw a picture. You can write a few words about the farm. You can do that as well. For those of you who first experience here, simply write some of your fond memories about this weekend or this week if you've been here. For those of you who actually know him, please take a few minutes and write down just a few fond memories of James Dillard. Okay? We're going to play some music in the background for about 5 minutes, and then we'll share a few. I'm going to take these, I'm going to bind them properly, and then next summer, there's actually a time capsule over there. It'll be the 3rd year where we're actually pulling it out and revealing the contents again. And then we're going to take this and place it back in, okay, and back down to the ground for a few more years, and then pull it back up when it's Marie Dillard's 100th birthday, and doing the same thing and adding it back in, and probably just leaving it in there from that part of time. Okay, so nothing huge, nothing major. Just take a few minutes to think about James Dillard and what he meant to you, some of your greatest memories of him, and write them down, draw a picture, write a few words only that remind you of him. Nothing major. Is that okay? Everyone good? Okay. Grab some pens. Yeah, just take a sheet and pass it around. I'll get another table.
Sleep. Mine was sleep.
How many?
I believe was waking up as I was leaving. I don't know about that.
Sorry. Alright.
I was like,
Farm dialect. I wasn't aware of.
And those of you who are still working, you continue to work, but just keep an ear out and listen. We all know that he was a great man, and let's just go ahead and start. Kevin, you mind? Let me come back to you, baby.
What's the date? What's the date of today?
Today,
15th.
today is
15th.
the 15th.
Oh, Scott,
Okay, go ahead.
if you hear me, I grew up knowing my father-in-law as Sam Dillard. I was raised in Pleasant Grove Church, and someone asked for Digging James Dillard to pray, and I said, his name is James, not son.
Very good, very good.
A man that always made me feel welcome in his home. My life was blessed by his presence and his walk on this earth. Mark Purnell, grandson-in-law.
Though I never met Mr. and Mrs. Dillard, from their children I can sense all the love, respect, and peacefulness they instilled in them. Sure.
This is titled The Living Endowment. As a witness to the Jam-Ma-Rie, I take home with me a piece of the investment that was deposited into the family endowment of James and Marie Dillard. This endowment continues to provide a genetic revenue for their offspring. God bless this living endowment.
man.
It feels funny to be writing you as I feel you are here with us. I've seen my niece talk about the feel of my dad's beard as I used to talk about, I used to talk to you about yours. I hope you see that and laugh. Even when I'm not on the farm, you are in my thoughts. Sometimes when I get upset, I think of how calm and pleasant you always were, and that calms me. The finger I broke when I was in high school has healed, however I notice it's still a tad bit crooked. I like it crooked because it makes me think of your finger, smiley face. I love you and I can still feel you here. Say hi to Grandma. All my love, Kevin.
Jenga.
I love the farm so much, and I love James Dillard. And she drew a picture of the balloon that she released.
Oh, yes.
Jam-Ma-Rie.
Yes. So in honor of Ray organized a balloon release. So the family across the country released balloons in honor of Grandpa James Dillard on his son's birthday. And we have some pictures on our website to commemorate that. That's great. Thank you.
From a personal point of view, by him in the house. It's time to get up. That's where him standing at the stairwell every morning, getting us ready to go for that farm, and he never raised his voice. And very seldom he came back the second time, if you know what I mean. Another one he had, you can't stay up all night, boy, and expect to work the next day. Don't form a habit that you can't support. And the last but not least, he says, keep the reunion going even after I'm gone. And that is...
It wasn't what it was. I remember one morning waking up, and I just didn't want to work. Right? And he came to the bottom of the step, he called up, right? You know, I was like, no, I ain't going out there, it's too hot. Right? And he didn't do anything. Are you alright? Yes, he's fine. I'm fine. Right? So I laid in the bed for a little while longer, and I got to feeling guilty, right? And you know, as a non-commissioned officer, that's what we do. It's art of leadership, right? It's our art of influence to get somebody to accomplish a task or a mission, right? And he didn't raise his voice. He had no dialogue about it. It was just, you know, made me feel guilty by not doing anything else. And I got my butt up when I texted him, and that was it. So he taught me how to be a leader before I knew what leadership was even about.
I guess the most significant one that stands out in my mind was in 1957 or 58, I came over here to Cleo used to cut my hair. I came over to get a haircut, and I always rode my own mule, club-footed mule. And when I came over, that particular day, I came around the long way. In the afternoon, it was about dinner time. I always try to make it dinner time.
Good idea.
So Jam-Ma-Rie fed us all. And after dinner, Cleo cut my hair. By then it was dark. So, you know, on this farm, you never came out of the field until the sun was down. The working hours was from daylight to dusk. So it was dark when I finished getting my hair cut. I got on my old club-footed mule. I'm taking a shortcut home, right down the hill there and over the hill, across the branch to my house. I jumped on the old club-footed mule, opened up the throttle. I'm going down across that hill, full speed. All of a sudden, the mule fell, and I went flying about from here to the corner of that tent. What had happened, cutting James and Company, cutting son. Stretched a barbed wire fence across the path, and they forgot to tell me about that. So,
that mule.
that mule throw that mess up.
Let me jump in on that. I was going, God, that's a long time. But we only had manual clippers in those days, so it took a while to get around that head yet.
Him as a very patient man. You know, I remember, you know, when he wanted you to work in the field, he didn't send you. He would take you to the field.
That's right.
And he would show you what he wanted you to do, and then he would leave and let you do it. I remember we were farming the Easter place, which is across the branch over there, and we were breaking the land. And he took me over there with the tractor to break the land, and he did one furrow, and then he put me on a furrow is making one line down and then coming back. That's a furrow. So he puts a hole out, you know, about far from here down to the house. He says, okay, don't go past this point because you're going to get stuck. Well, naturally, I'm going to go past that point, right? Naturally, I got stuck. So naturally, I had to walk home to get him to help me get the tractor out. So naturally, I don't want him to see that I went past that hole, so I moved the hole. I moved the hole further out. So He walks up, looks at the tractor, looks at me, never said a word. Never said a word. He knew I had moved that hole, but he did not say a word. He just dug the tractor out and came home. Very patient.
Grateful of you modeling your faith by your actions. Thank you for your quiet wisdom and your diligence. Thank you for your writings and your love of education. He had a 7th grade education, but you would never know it from what he wrote and from his wisdom. And all these things I'm hearing, I call it quiet wisdom because you didn't speak much, but you knew what you were supposed to do. Never forgot.
Did he actually raise y'all? Y'all said patient, quiet, didn't yell or fuss. Did he? Oh, hold on. I'll let you talk. Did he raise y'all? He wasn't argumentative. I'm like, huh? Which child did he raise? I'm trying to figure out. It wasn't my dad or any of these uncles.
He had obedient children.
He's just talking about moving the hole. Okay. Ooh, child. Go ahead, man. It's titled One of My Fondest Memories of Grandpa. I used to always tell Mom, I said, I always remember greeting Grandpa for the first time during our stay and leaving after our stay was up, and he would give the tightest and roughest, hugs with the roughest, scraggliest beard. I always wondered, why didn't he shave before we came? And he would just hold you, and I'm like, ah! And the day we got there, he would have a rough beard, and I saw him shave, and the shave would last through Sunday. Go to church, and his face was smooth, but 5 minutes before we leave, there was some scraggle left on his beard. I was like, where does this come from? And now I know because my beard lasts about 5 hours when I shave.
I would say I've been here three visits since I've been here. A warm welcome I got there. Welcome Marvin and Leon and Clarence and all the rest of the family. I really enjoy myself on the farm. And I feel like home at home. And that's what I have to say. Thank you.
Awesome.
Jam-Ma-Rie. It was absolutely glorious. I couldn't. But I was just saying this morning when I saw Leon and Tom walking across how glorious the morning was. It's just a beautiful day. And I was commenting on this is my 4th granny camp, and I don't feel so beat down, you know? And then I just realized, I guess it's in my blood now too, because I can kind of tolerate it. I know how to move through the process and get with the program. But even better than I could ask for, this place has been to me and you all. And I'm so grateful for my family. I'm thankful for the man, especially, and the man James Stewart raised, and the beautiful daughter as examples for all others to follow. I have greatly benefited from the James Stewart's efforts. Thank you.